everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jordan. If you're new here, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified when I post my next video. So as you guys can see by the title, this is 15 things that I wish I knew before going into nursing school. I feel like this is the perfect time to make this video because I was gonna make this video when I was like going into like after third term, but I was like, no, let me wait till I get to the end. And I feel like it's gonna be better now because like I done went through the whole process. If you're new to this channel, I am officially in term 5 out of 5. I start 5th term next week, so I just felt like it would be good to do this video now since I got been through all the classes, all the clinical rotations, and now it's time to spill the tea. So without further ado, let's hop into the video. So the first thing that I wish I knew before nursing school, and I feel like every video that you guys have probably watched, you know this, and that is nursing school is hard. I feel like you just don't know how hard it is until you actually get into the program. It's just a different type of hard because everything is new. These teachers, they like expect you to know everything, expect you to just grasp everything, and it's like once you get into nursing school, these professors are holding you at a different level and they expect you to be on top of things. They expect you to just know how to critically think and just know how to answer these questions. And I feel like that's what makes it hard because like everything is new, everything is intense, and like I mean we're literally going to school to save people's lives, so I mean it has to be hard, but it's just like you just don't know until you just, you know, sit in that first lecture and you're just like, what did I get myself into? And another thing, like there's different struggles within nursing school as well. Like one class may come so easy to you, and then you're like, but why am I like doing so bad in this class? So it's like, you know, like for me, for instance, like I was doing bad in Med Surg 1, but like getting A's on every single test for OB. So like you're always gonna have those struggle classes, and then you're gonna have those easy classes, and like what might work for one class might not work for the other class. So you just have to learn how to balance things out. You just have to learn how to adjust. So the second thing I wish I knew is that nursing school is tough on your mental health. Sometimes very hard to like juggle your life and work and school and remembering when to eat and remembering when to clean your room and remember like just the little things, because you get so consumed with school sometimes that it's like just hard to like find that balance. So that's why it's just really important to like stay on top of your stuff, stay organized, because it is hard to like get so consumed with school and just think that school, because you just, I mean, it's important, like it's your career, like so it's a natural thing to feel like, oh my god, like my main priority, my main focus should be school. But you also have to remember, like I also need to take care of my mental health, I also need to exercise, I also need to, you know, wash my clothes. So you just have to remember to take account for your mental health as well. And I just remember like a lot of times like in nursing school, like I would just be up late at night crying because like, oh, I failed a test, or just, it was just, nursing school is mentally and physically draining. And I just want you guys to know now before you go in that it's okay. It's not okay to be mentally and physically drained, but it's normal. It's normal because this program is literally meant to break you down. Like you're going into a program that is literally meant to break you down. Yes, you're gonna have those days where you're crying. Yes, you're gonna have those days where you're like, I don't want to do this, I want to quit. But I'm just here to tell you guys, like, just keep pushing. Like, you can do this. You can do this. Get those tears out. You know, hit your pillow, scream in your pillow, whatever you got to do, but just keep pushing. So the third thing I wish I knew is how to answer nursing style questions. Like I said, everything is new in nursing school and the tests are new as well. I remember getting to my first quiz and I was like, what is this? Like, I'm telling you guys, they do not prepare you. They do not prepare you for the type of questions you have to answer. Like, In nursing school, everything is like critical thinking, application type questions. There are recall questions, but it's very few, very rare, just a couple. Mainly nursing questions are about what is the best answer. The tests are full of multiple choice questions. You might have 2 right answers, but they're asking you what's the most correct answer. Like, what? And then you'll have questions about priority. So all of these things, all of the 4 multiple choice they're all top priority, but which one is number 1 top priority? So you have to just think about priority. A lot of the questions are patient safety and what is most correct. So a lot of the questions are like that. You just have to really think hard and study hard. So my next point is, even though nursing school is very challenging, it's also very rewarding. It will be times when like I said, you're mentally drained, you might have failed a test, your clinical day didn't go well, but there are lots of times where you do pass that test. There'll be times where you study all night, and then you get an A or you get a B on the test, and you just feel so good, like, wow, I really did it, I really put in the work. Or you might be on the brim of failing a class, and then boom, on that last exam, you just turn it all around and you just pass the class. And those are like the best parts of nursing school. Even like some of my clinicals were very rewarding, just taking care of people at their worst, and then just seeing them just do a little bit better or smile because you're there taking care of them. That's also the best feeling. So yes, nursing school is very challenging, but it does have its peaks. It does have, benefits and good within. So my 5th point is, you might fail more than 1 test. Me personally, I don't know how many tests I've failed, but I've definitely failed more than 3 exams in my whole nursing school career. And I remember when I failed my first exam, I was literally just defeated, in distress. I was like, this is not for me, I'm not smart enough to be a nurse, like just all the things floating around in my head. But guys, do not let failure bring you down. Failure is just success and progress. So just because you failed that 1 test does not mean you're gonna fail the next one, and it does not mean that you're just not smart enough to be a nurse. It doesn't matter. I'm not saying don't have high standards for yourself, like I'm not saying like don't strive for that A, don't strive for that B, but hey, if you pass the class, you pass that class. Yeah, you might have been on the brim, but hey, all that matters is you pass. And sometimes you gotta have that attitude with certain things, because they're not looking at your grades. Yes, maybe if you're going into a graduate program, yes, they're looking at your grades, but at the end of the day, all that matters is you passed nursing school, you got that degree, and you got that NCLEX pass. Just because you failed a test does not mean you're not going to be a great nurse. My 6th point is to make time for yourself and take breaks. And you get so consumed with school, like you be like, okay, school every single day, I gotta do some homework, I gotta study, I gotta do this. No, you do not. And it took me to about 3rd semester to realize that no, Jordan, you do not have to study every single day. You do not have to do homework every single day. Like, you can give yourself 1 day out of the week. And that's basically what I did. I gave myself 1 day out of the week to just take time for myself. Literally, even if that means just sleeping in the bed all day, if that means just watching Netflix all day, just give yourself a rest. Give yourself a self-care day, meditate, pray, whatever it is you do to help yourself feel better mentally and physically. Do that for just 1 day out of the week. Even if that's all you can give yourself, even if you can just give yourself 30 minutes out of the day, just do something. And when you're studying for those long hours, because there will be days when you're pulling them all-nighters, make sure you're giving your brain a break. If you've watched my videos, guys, y'all know my favorite word is I need to give myself a brain break. Okay, let me give myself a brain break. Pack it up. Like, it's time to pack it up. So to the next point, I'm not gonna say a lot of people are competitive in nursing school, but you will have those like group of people in your cohort that are very competitive, who don't want to help each other out or give you the side eye, or just those know-it-all people, or those mean girls. All I can say to that is, I don't know, for me in school, I didn't necessarily have friends in my cohort, but I did have like a select people that I could talk to, you know, say, hey, you know, you got the notes for this, hey, can you help me with this, hey, you got the study guide filled out, like, you know, I had those people. And as long as you have those people, you'll be fine. Like, don't worry about those people who are being competitive. Don't worry about the person who got 100% on their exam or 90% on the exam and you got an 84. Just because you got an 84 and they got a 90 does not make them any better than you or any smarter than you. Focus on your best efforts. If your 84 was the best you can give, then that's all that matters. Just remember throughout nursing school that your only competition is you, and don't go throughout nursing school being competitive. Help those people. I gave a lot of people my notes. I gave a lot of people my study guide because I don't care. I feel like we are all in this together. We're all trying to be nurses. We're all trying to get to that final destination. Why not help each other out? Like, that's what we're here for. We're here to literally help people. I mean, so it's like, why are we being so competitive? It's already short of nurses. Like, girl, we all gonna have a job at the end of this, okay? Number 8, your study style is going to change multiple times. I know from the way I studied in term 1 is definitely not how I studied in term 4. Like I said previously, what might work for one class might not work for the next class. Sometimes you just have to adjust your study style, figure out what's your learning style, try to figure it out as much as you can in the beginning. And if, you know, something's not working, take it out and try something new. Don't be afraid to try different learning techniques. You're learning so much information. You have to cram all of that information in your brain, like 8 chapters worth of information to answer a 50-question test. So it's like, what is the best way that I can, you know, get all this information in my brain and then actually retain it and then actually apply it in a test? So do what works best for you. Find what works best for you. Just because Sally is over here using flashcards doesn't mean that flashcards is going to work for you. Like, if you're one of those people like that never use flashcards and you're like, oh, I don't know, just try it. Just try it. And if it don't work, it don't work. But that's what it is. Nursing school sometimes when you're studying is trial and error. So my next point is having support. Really gonna need that support in nursing school, whether that be from outside friends or friends in your cohort or family. Just having a small group of a support system that's backing you up, telling you that you can do it, motivating you. That's what you need in your corner. Make sure while you're in nursing school that you're surrounding yourself with people who are bringing positivity, motivation, words of encouragement into your life, because you don't want to be surrounded by people who are negative and, you know, just talking down on you, because you don't need that. You already going through probably the most stressful thing, one of the most stressful things in your life, okay? You do not need extra distractors that are not benefiting you. If it's not benefiting you, deuces, okay? Deuces, because you don't need that. Your main priority right now is what? Getting that degree. It's really good to have a support system. That's what keeps you going. That's what keeps you pushing. I know that's what kept me pushing in nursing school, is having those people in my corner telling me that I could do it every single day, every single test. So number 10 is don't be so hard on yourself. And I know that is so much easier said than done, because I'm a person who is very hard on myself, like 99.9% of the time. Nursing school is very stressful. Like I said, you might fail a test and you're gonna be like beating yourself up about it, because, you know, why can't I do this? Why can't I do this? Why can't I retain the information? Why did she get a good grade? Why did not? So it's gonna be a lot of the times where you're doubting yourself. You just have to keep reminding yourself why you're here. Why do you want this degree? Because it's okay not to know everything. It's okay to ask questions. It's okay to get help from other people, and it's okay overall to doubt yourself. It's honestly okay to be hard on yourself sometimes, because sometimes you need to be hard on yourself to keep yourself pushing and keep yourself going. But don't be so hard on yourself that you're hindering yourself and pushing yourself back and, you know, stuck in one spot. If you're gonna be hard on yourself, make sure it's a good type of hard where you're pushing and keeping yourself going. These are all normal feelings to have, and it's okay to have these feelings, but just make sure that you don't, you know, just beat yourself up too many times. And you know what, sometimes I used to beat myself up, but I only gave myself like an hour to beat myself up. Then I'm like, okay, Jordan, you gotta keep moving. Let's go to the next thing, because that's how nursing school is. Like, you might fail a test one day, and then boom, you got lecture the next day, and then boom, you got a test the day after that. So you got to start studying for the next exam. Like, you can't stay stagnant, you can't stay stuck in one spot, you got to keep going. And that's kind of how life is, and that's how nursing school is. It's kind of like nursing school is nursing school, but it's also like preparing you for life lessons in life. Like, okay, a bad thing might happen, but you can't stay stuck. Like, you have to keep going, like, because you got to accomplish the next goal and the next goal, and you know, keep pushing. The only thing you can do is just learn from what happened and then keep moving. The next thing that I wish I knew before nursing school is that clinicals are not all bad in a bag of chips, okay? Very much ghetto, I'm just saying. Our clinicals were 8-hour clinicals. We would have at most 2 clinicals a week. We would have to be there by 6:30. Usually they would end at like 3 o'clock or something like that. I'm pretty sure most of you guys who are watching this video already know this, but you do not get paid. This is free labor. This is free work. I know my school, you have to do clinical paperwork with that. Y'all, my clinical paperwork was like 6 pages long. Like 6 pages long. Like, why? What are we doing here? Like, why do we need to fill this out? So I don't know. I think the thing that would just make me like dread going to clinicals every morning was just, 1, it was early in the morning. 2, it's early in the morning, I'm not getting paid. 3, okay, not only am I not getting paid, but I gotta do extra work. I gotta do a 6-page fill out paper too, and I'm not getting paid for this. Like, what's going on here? And I guess to fit in with this point as well, like, I wouldn't say that I thought that nursing was like, you know, rainbows and strawberries, but like, you really see the nitty gritty and the nastiness of nursing once you're in clinicals. Like, I feel like social media definitely glamorizes nursing a lot. They make it seem like, oh, we're just got these cute scrubs on, got the stuffies, you know, got my hair done and my eyebrows. No ma'am, you will be wiping up poop and pee, and old men gonna be flirting with you, and it's just a whole lot of you'll get used to it. Like, at first I was like like certain stuff I would see, I'd be like, but like, you just get used to it, because you just have to realize, like, these people are sick. Like, these people can't do a lot of the things that we can do for ourselves. And like, just think, if you were sick, you would want somebody to help you too. I guess my point is that nursing is not glamorized. Like, I don't know where this notion came from. I guess from social media, but nursing is not glamorized, and clinicals are not all that in a bag of chips, okay? And that's on period. So my next point is to be organized. Make sure you're good on managing your time, and prioritize from start to finish. Like, don't get lazy, y'all. Do not get lazy. Being organized is like probably the #1 thing in time management, right behind it. Being organized is really what, like, make sure when you start off the semester, what I do is I write down all this, you know, type up all the assignments that I have. I do my assignments ahead of time. I study ahead of time. You know, I kind of look at the PowerPoints ahead of time. I'm just always ahead. And I feel like that's why I did so well in my program, because I felt like I was always ahead. I was always on my stuff. Even when I wanted to get lazy, I was like, no, Jordan, like, get up. You gotta read this chapter, like, get up. It's only for a short amount of time. This is only temporary, short amount of time. So if you can put in the work now, be organized now, prioritize now, then you'll reap the benefits when you're done, and it'll be all worth it then. And with the prioritization part, it's hard to balance your social life, your school life. Some people have kids, some people have a full-time job, so it kind of gets hard with that stuff. But you have to always remember that really right now, nursing school is #1. Nursing school is the main focus. So if your friends want to go out and get some drinks, you got to be like, probably not this week, maybe next week, 2 days. Like, you kind of have to put some things on the back burner just for a little while. But just remember, guys, it's temporary. It is temporary. So I feel like I already touched on this, but my next point is to study ahead of time and don't cram. Don't try to cram everything 2 days before the test. Let me not get on this camera. Let me not sit in front of this camera and lie to y'all, because sometimes I did cram. Like, don't get me wrong, sometimes I did wait 2 days before. You'll know what class you can do that for. Like, you'll know what classes you can be like, oh, I don't really need to really like study. But some classes you do need to study for. What helped me was coming up with a study schedule. So, you know, 3 weeks before the exam, I'm like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. 2 weeks before the exam, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Number 14 is making sure you're utilizing your resources. So the resources that I use in nursing school was Simple Nursing, he the GOAT, Level Up RN, nurse labs, making flashcards, using your textbook, using your tutors and mentors in school if you guys have those. We had like peer leaders at our school, so I utilized that a bunch. If your teacher gives you study guides, make sure you guys are filling out the study guides because they're usually very similar to the test. Making sure you're taking good notes because that's a resource as well, because I used to go back and read my notes over and over again. Okay, so for the last point, I know I was dogging basically nursing school a lot in this whole video, but I feel like my last point and the last thing I wish I knew before nursing school is that you can do so much as a nurse. Like, this career is like so broad and you can do so much with it. Like, when I first got into nursing school, I thought I wanted to be a NICU nurse. I thought I wanted to work with babies. I thought I wanted to do labor and delivery and postpartum and all the stuff that like literally everybody wants to do. And I'm not bashing nobody that wants to do it, but I'm just saying, like, you might go into nursing school like with one idea, but then you're gonna see like there's so many other things that you can do and there's so many other specialties, and you might get interested in those as well. My dreams have widened so much. Like, I know that after this I want to go back to school and get my nurse practitioner degree and get my doctorate. Like, I know I want to open like my own practice. You're going into a very rewarding career, a very beneficial career, a lifelong career, a stable career. So yeah, and just always remember why you started, why you're doing this. Don't give up on yourself. Keep going, keep pushing. You guys can do this. This is very doable. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it might be tough on you mentally and physically and all those things. Yes, you might have to make sacrifices, but it's worth it, and you'll get to reap all those benefits once you get to the end, and that's the best part. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified when I post my next video. Peace.